Good morning, sweeties. Happy 20th of March 2022. We have coffee, we have Mickey Mouse mug, and it is a beautiful looking Sunday here for vlog 23. I think we're at. Yes. 23. Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to actually do the vlog yesterday, but I ran out of time. It was a very busy day yesterday, so we got some baking done. So I took some footage, and I'm going to put some footage in of what I made. So I made a gluten-free Wattleseed soda bread, which is the first time I've tried doing that. And I also made a passion fruit sponge, a gluten-free one as well. I did make some cupcakes and some buttercream, but I didn't get around to finalizing that, so I'll keep that for another time. But yeah, so I got some baking done, so that was really good. How's everyone's weekend going? Hopefully it's going well. It's been a busy week this week. Tom's birthday was Thursday, and I think he enjoyed his presents very much. It was good, and he liked the cake that I made, which was a gluten-free Toblerone cheesecake. So that was good. I think it's nearly all gone, I think, but yeah, that seemed to go down well, and it was a bit different as well. Just for my mother, look, just letting you know, don't tell Dad. I might just rotate through some of his hats and put some of the hats that he never wears here. Just remind me to make sure I bring them in. But yeah, he'll never know. He'll never see this. So anyway. And I thought, I'm not using my Ember mug because it's on charge. Basically, I've had that much coffee this morning that the battery's nearly flat. So I'm getting out one of my usual coffee mugs, which is one of my favorites. So this is my Mickey Mouse mug, which is good. So yeah. Anyway, we will do we will get into, and I'll show you some of the baking stuff that we've done. So enjoy. Okay, so we got into some baking on yesterday, Saturday, and this is me in the kitchen getting everything ready for the gluten-free passionfruit sponge. So I have to sift through the flour and the corn flour. I have to do that a couple of times, 3 times in fact, but this is me. I've sped it up so it doesn't seem boring basically. But yeah, this is just getting everything ready. The mixer is whipping up the eggs so they're nice and fluffy, and I'm just getting the flour stuff ready to put into the mix. So here we are. Eggs are nice and fluffy, and we have them once they got out. So they are just cooling. Once they're cooled, now I am getting them ready to put some whipped cream on. So I normally put the whipped cream on first, smooth that out, and then put whatever like filling on top of that. That way it doesn't sink through. Some people do it the other way, but I prefer to put the cream on and then I'm going to add the passion fruit on top of that. So it's just straight passion fruit, nothing different there. And I just drizzle it in the middle. It's like there's a bit of a well, but it just keeps it all nice and yummy for when you cut into it. Then I'm going to put the top layer on. I always do that face down. That way the top of the cake is nice and even. When I took it out, there was a little bit, what would you say, a little bit like damage, but you know, it's all fine. So then I put the rest of the whipped cream, and all I do is whipped cream, throw some icing sugar in just for the sweetness. That way the sweetness of the whipped cream and the sourness of the passion fruit really just works really well with the sponge. So yeah, so that's the whipped cream on. I was trying to do little I guess little fluffy bits, make it a bit interesting. Being decorative, I suppose that's the best way to say. And then I've just drizzled a bit more of the passion fruit on top. And that is it. That's the gluten-free passion fruit sponge. One of Mum's favourites for sure. And the family's. Alright, so this is me getting ready for this gluten-free soda bread recipe that I found. But I thought I'd do something a little bit different, and I'd throw some Wattleseed, which is an Australian herb. I bought some herbs and spices from a company called the Kakadu Plum Co. And one of them was this ground wattle seed, which I have been trying to incorporate more Australian herbs and spices into my baking, you know, native Australian herbs and spices. This is me adding in the buttermilk into the flour now, and I'm just giving it a bit of a mix, and then I let that sit for about 20 minutes after I've given it a bit of a stir. This website said it's good to kind of ferment the flour with the buttermilk, which I hadn't ever heard of before. So yeah, I'm just giving it a bit of a mix before I let it sit. And this is the wattle seed. Now I felt it wasn't as fine, so I popped it into the little coffee spice grinder that we have, gave it a few whirls, and just wanted a little bit more of a fine powder as such, and that's what I'm going to add into, which seemed to work out. Everyone seemed to be pretty happy with the taste of it, so I think I did okay with it. But this is me now adding the rest of the stuff, me banging, trying to get as much of that wattle seed powder in as I could. And then this is the first time I've actually put the dough hook on my Ruby Dot, as we call my KitchenAid. Ruby Dot is her name, and I've got the dough hook, and I thought we would try that out to see how that goes, and it worked really well. Really happy with that. So I gave it a bit of a mix. It's wet, but it's not too bad. But it, again, I'm not sure. I've never made soda bread before, so it was all a learning. But I gave it a bit more of a stir just to make sure there was no flour down the bottom. I greased one of the spring cake pans that I've got, because I thought it would be easier to take it out, and that's all I did. It was a larger one. They said to use a 20 centimeter cake tin. I think I was using about a 22 centimetre. If I made this again, I think I would definitely do a double batch, because obviously soda bread doesn't really rise like normal bread because there's no yeast in it. But yeah, it still tasted. This is it straight out of the oven. I've whacked a whole heap of butter on because, butter makes everything better. And then we had a bit of a taste test. That's me wearing my Mickey apron. Excuse the footage because I'm trying to. But yeah, you can definitely taste the Wattleseed. It's obviously a dry bread, but I'm happy with it, and the family seem to really enjoy it. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. As I said, I've done a little bit different, trying some voiceovers and all that kind of thing. So I hope you found it enjoyable. Don't know about useful, but yeah, just hope it's given you something to enjoy watching. Anyway, like and subscribe if that's what you're after. If you want to come on the journey, then excellent. Leave some comments. Tell me, have you made soda bread? Have you tried it? Gluten-free recipes, if you're into that, please let me know. I'm always looking for good gluten-free tasting, good tasting gluten-free recipes to help out the family with. So yeah, I certainly leave some comments and let me know what you have and what you've used or what you'd like to try. Other than that, I hope you have a really great weekend. Thank you to those that sent birthday wishes to my husband. Appreciate that. And yeah, he had a lovely day, which was really good. Other than that, we will catch you in the next one. So please stay safe wherever you are in this big old wide world that we are all sharing, and take care. All right, guys. Bye.